What's up? Welcome to the Movement 254. Thanks for being here. Today, I want to take you guys a place that every Nairobian is very familiar with. This is a park that is within the Nairobi Central District. It's called Uhuru Park. Now, I know there are a lot of videos out there which have showcased the new look of Uhuru Park, but this is around 4 years later after its renovation, and I just wanted to have a little look at the place and look at how it has been for the last 4 years, because it's a government run park and it's very, very important for families. Like today, this is on a Sunday, so all the family, all the lovers usually, and when I mean lovers from the up country. This is a very popular place from people from the up country. As you can see, the place looks kind of awesome on camera, and you can also see the Nairobi CBD, because this park is just next to the Nairobi CBD. Actually, it's just divided by a road, which is Uhuru Highway. So you can actually just see the Nairobi CBD and the Nairobi Central Business District. So it's the kind of park that is, if for example you're in the office and you just want to take a short break, you can actually just walk by and have your own small break. But why are we here? Why are we talking about this? The reason that I'm actually talking about this, as you can see, there's a kid over there trying to do a bit of flip the bottle, and it's not working anyway. So as I said, CBD, this place has had a rough history. It's a place that political, what would I call them, political? Yes, I can call them political rallies actually come to take place here. There is a nice space for a venue, and the reason that I'm here and I wanted to take you around this place is, first of all, to showcase the place, and second thing, I don't want it to seem like I'm complaining, but this place, as much as beautiful, as much as it looks this beautiful, I think it has been mishandled by the current government official. It has historically been manhandled by the government officials. They don't really pay attention to it, and as you can see, it's a very beautiful place. It has a lot of potential to become much better than it is if people just took time to actually be serious about this place. It's very relaxing. It's the kind of place that even during the weekdays, people who don't have jobs just come and chill here. Creative people come and meet here. Some of the biggest groups in Africa have actually been formed here, like Sauti Sol. Those guys, before they became big, they used to come and meet around this place. So it's a very recognized space where it's just a free space where people can come and chill. As I was saying, the potential for it to be a better place, as you can see, it looks very good on camera, but in real life, it's okay. It's fine. It's not as polished as I would want it to be. It's not as it's clean, but it could be better if just enough attention was given to this space. As you can see, there's a sense of design. There are enough trees to just relax, but it could be better. It could be the place where everyone, including the upper class, would want to come and chill. As I said, there's an event, as you can see, there's a tent over there, so there's an event that's going to be happening here, and beyond that you can see a large area with water. That's a place that people usually, this is the place that usually come and take their boat rides. You have people who will do whatever they want with the water. You can see that person over there. You can see other people just taking kids on those mini toy cars. And I said again, the CBD. And yeah, This is now the water body where people usually come to ride a few boats and just chill out. As you can see, there are guys over there with a few boats just riding around. As I said, it's a very beautiful park. If enough emphasis was paid to this place, this could be one of the most stunning park in East and Central Africa. But we usually have that attitude towards government, any government institution is usually mishandled in this country. It's not taken seriously. There's that lack of passion in just giving us something that actually works, especially a park like this that, as I said, is next to the city, So as you can see, people are just walking around, just chilling. It's not as big as you think. It's not like super huge. You can check out the map over here. I wouldn't call it the biggest place ever. It's just a small contained place. But if you are to walk around the whole place, it will take you a solid 30 minutes. If you are to just do a full circle around the outer areas, it's just like a 30-minute walk. But as you can see on this side, this used to be an extension of the park, but because of that road over there at the top, then they kind of just broke it off into a half. It used to be much larger, and as I said, this particular park has had a very rough history. The current governor wanted to add a club inside here, and we were asking ourselves, why? This is supposed to be a park. Why do you want to add a club? There was a president, Moi, who wanted to build buildings inside the park. He wanted to steal a part of the park. So this has had a lot of rough history. It's only the previous president who tried to do something with it, and this was his project. As you can see, some very interesting statues, sculptures. These of a zebra made of metal. Again, very, very artistic, very, very beautiful. It could have been, the grass beneath it could have grown better if it was taken care of. But as I said, the government officials just don't give a F, And the trees are there, comfortable places for people to chill are actually there. Look at that. Just look at those trees and the effort that was put into placing these sculptures there. So yeah, Uhuru Park is a very interesting. Uhuru, by the way, means freedom. The word Uhuru means freedom, and the previous president was called Uhuru Kenyatta. He's like the son of the first president. Anyway, we were back to the park. Before the renovations, there were monuments like this one that we are about to go to that were there before, and now they're still there. They were left to be there. This comes from the Moi era, a long time ago. And generally, you can see just how the grass is dry, how this could have been greener. They just wait for the rain to come in order to actually start watering this place. They don't put a lot of effort. As you can see, there are a lot of spaces for kids to play, because most families from lower income families usually just come here to play. So there are a lot of spaces for kids to play, spaces for kids to run around. You can see now on this side, you're actually next to the city. This is close to the road, which is closer to the CBD. The CBD is just on the other side of that road, where you can see all those cars. It's just the other side of that road. That big building in the background is called Nyayo House. It's notorious because it used to be a torture chamber. As I said, these were supposed to be bathrooms when the previous government had a vision. Those were supposed to be bathrooms, and nothing has been done about it. It's just seated there. There is the other bathroom. Those are people just chilling. But yeah, as I said, great potential. Flowers could have grown here. Now, I was telling you about that building over there. That building used to be it was notorious because a certain president used to utilize it for torturing political opponents. Yeah, it's called Nyayo House. You can Google it. It's notorious for political, atrocities when it came to presidents' opponents. Now, on the other side, that's called Upper Hill. It's the other side of the town. Now, when you cross over the CBD, you cross the park, you go to Upper Hill, which is now a much, I would call it a high-end business center. You know, that area above, it's a high-end business area, and you can tell by the skyscrapers, because we have the CBD, we have Upper Hill, we have Westlands. Those are like the three big business hubs around Nairobi. Now the CBD is the primary business hub, but then these other areas are coming up. That's the road that I was telling you that separates the park from the CBD, and that's Nyayo House, the building that I was telling you. Now look at those trees, man. This place has the potential to become. Look at how this. If it wasn't just left on its own, if actually the Nairobi County government actually took time to actually work on this would be the most beautiful park in East and Central Africa, because the foundation is already there. You know, the trees are already there. The team that worked on this during the previous regime actually did a great job. If you were to actually go on YouTube and see the initial opening of this particular park, you'll see how beautiful it was. And now these rings are supposed to have flowers on them. It's supposed to be like a beautiful flowery place where you walk through and it's just flowers around you. But now the flowers have all died. It's just a ring of metal, and you can see on the right the grass has dried. Here I think you can see people just chilling out, and you can actually see this the right side, how that particular area has been left to to just die. You know, there are no flowers, and it's supposed to be a flowery place. And this, when it was like all flowery, people used to come to take a look. It was a good space for photo shoots. It was a good area to take photos and just chill out. You can see guys who actually have horses. If you've never if you never owned a horse, you can come and have an experience here, because there are people who actually have horses, and for a certain amount you can come and ride the horses. As I said, this was a good place for just photo shoots and people coming to chill out. And the previous regime actually made an effort to actually make this a beautiful place. This was full of flowers. If you go on YouTube, you'll just find videos of when this place was opened for the first time. It was so beautiful, and now here it is, not properly watered. The grass looks drier than it's supposed to be. And as you can see here, the people that I was telling you about, the horses and more animal sculptures. I think the theme of this area, here we have a random kid. I want to take a video, and yeah, this is a very good sculpture. It's metallic. The artist did a fantastic job, and as you can see, there's a theme around the park with the animals, to have this metallic. I would think it's Kenya is associated with tourism and wildlife, and that's why there's that theme across the park, with the animals. And as you can see, this is really, really what I would consider to be a fantastic job. It looks fantastic. It looks like it was meant to be here. The creativity in just creating this, and this is all metallic. The creativity to create this is outstanding. That is the building that I was telling you. It's called Nyayo House, aka the torture chambers. And yeah, just take a look at this beautiful work of art. Then in the background you can also see people just chilling. That's like more of the central part of the park. That is Kenyatta Avenue that comes from the CBD up into Ngong Road and Upper Hill. Now as you can see, very, very there are a lot of trees around here, and that's what I was saying. The foundation is there. It's only that the current government is not really making an effort to make this a breathtaking place. So that is Kenyatta Avenue coming up from the CBD, And now I also want to take you to a small monument. Here you can see it up there at the Uhuru Park. Again, the sense of design when these guys were coming up with this renovation is still there. It's still very present. It's a pleasant place to actually walk. It's a pleasant place to actually just take a walk and allow your mind to wander, maybe start thinking about stuff. So this monument has something to do with the freedom fighters. I think it was set up by the British. I think there is literature somewhere. So if you want to know more about those particular statues, you can pause this and just read something to do with the British. Yep, because the Mau Mau and the British had a lot of beef. So yeah, you can just pause this and go through it and maybe read more on what it was all about. And here is another one for the Mau Mau movement. So I believe that's why this was put there. These statues were there because of the colonialists, because of the Mau Mau and the fight. And yeah, if you want, you can just pause and read through it. As you can see, people just chilling. I tried to ask this dude to just step away so that I can record. I can capture the statue, and he was like, "Nah, bro, not today." And I was like, "Okay, if that's what you want, we'll have to have you in the picture." And he was okay with it. So more information on, you can pause and actually just read through this. Let me see if I should be able to come close to this. Again, you can just pause and read that. If you want, you can also just pause and go through that. So here are here are the sculptures. Beautiful stuff. I come from an artistic background, and we used to make this kind of things when we were still in college. So it's pretty cool to look at them. It's pretty cool to see this kind of work in a public park. It's beautiful. It means that the people who are actually coming up with this appreciate the art. So yeah, very, very good work. Very, very thought put. A lot of thought was put into this, and the environment around it also complements the quality of artwork that is there. So more literature for people who are interested, for people who want to know what it's all about. And now I think it's time we go on to the other side of the park. So as I said, strategic, very, very beautiful, very calming. It's a beautiful place. As you can see, that's now more of the central area of the park. That's more closer to the central area of the park. All the places that we've been to are the outside areas, at the outer areas of the park, at the edges of the park. We haven't gone into like the middle part. Even if you remember, the really water area was at more of the center. So we were walking outwards on the edges of the park. Here is another sculpture. It's a rhino. Fantastic work. I think they did a great job with these artworks. They look fantastic. They look really, really, really good. The amount of effort that was put into creating this is undeniably amazing. This is all metal. And it looks the part. It looks like the animals. And I personally, even if you have come to Nairobi and you've never been to these places, these are the kind of small things that make this park unique. As I said, families just hanging out. You can see people in the background just sleeping on the grass. Others are just having picnics. They just have like food stuff, and they come here and they chill. Again, very, very beautiful sculpture. Looks very, very good. Looks very, very artistic. And new people to the city usually love this place a lot because they get to come, they get to see this kind of artworks, they get to see just how beautiful this particular city can be. As I said, this is not a very big park. It's not like super huge. It's not like the park that is in New York. I think it's called something square. That huge park that is in New York. No, this is not like that. This is just small. This is another beautiful, look. That's around the Parliament area. That's the central places where you have all those three things. I thought this was a very beautiful picture. The way that building has been framed by the two trees, I could not help myself. So I started playing around, trying to see if my cinematography skills can come into play into this, because it's a very standing there looking at it, I thought it was a very beautiful picture. The building between the trees. So yeah, as I was saying, this is a very interesting park. I am just disappointed by how much attention it has not been given by the Nairobi County government. It's extremely mismanaged, and it could be a fantastic place. It could even be a tourist attraction. People could just come to see this place, but I guess the government does not see that. As I was walking out, I saw something very interesting. I don't know what happened to this. That looks like it fell. It's supposed to be a wildebeest. The last time I remember, it was jumping over. It was jumping over the drainage system, but now it looks like it fell on one side. So I thought that was very interesting. I thought I should show you guys this. And again, me practicing my cinematography skills, trying to capture this and make it as cinematic as possible. Now this is the central area of the park. As you can see, the road is much better. Those pillars are more of the central part of the park. On your left, you can see the children playing area. In the background, you can see the CBD. And we were on the other side of those trees, walking around. Yeah, some horses, the guys that I was telling you about, the horses. And yeah, so this is more of getting now closer to the central part of the CBD. As you can see, those pillars are like the middle. Up at the back, those big buildings are the middle of the CBD. Those are the midtown. It's actually a 5-minute walk from the CBD to this particular park. So it's very uniquely placed. It's in a very central area. Again, testing out my cinematography skills. I thought I was going to make this as cinematic as possible. Now here we are outside now. We are on the other side of town. We are on the town side, and those trees now are the park. That's the park. We are on the other side of town. We are on the CBD side of the town. Basically, that's it. Remember to like, subscribe, and let's make the Movement 254 the biggest YouTube channel in the world.